Hi guys, I've got a new project here. I will say to begin with that this particular project is going to take me a couple of weeks, or at least I'm going to do it over the course of a couple of weeks, and just do it slowly, take my time and do it right. But basically what this is a Hantarix monitor chassis for a 25-inch. It's actually a MTC 9110 that has been stripped. The reason why I have stripped it, it's only been partially stripped by the way, is because I am going to convert it to a Hantarix 9000, MTC 9000 9K. Now I've been studying the components, and I also got a little bit of advice from our resident repair genius, should I say? I was going to say genie, but Grant, that's Grant Nichols. He gave me a bit of a heads up on all the bits and pieces. Now, so far what I've done is this chassis was purchased as a parts board, but I feel confident that I can do more than just use it for parts. So far I've stripped a few of the parts off of it. I've stripped the lock off it, and I've stripped the resistors, the standoff resistors 1, 2, and where's the other one? The other one here somewhere. The other one goes here, right there. And also I have removed the linearity coil from there, horizontal linearity coil. Now those I removed for a reason. The reason is because they get in your way, because they stick up quite high, they get in your way, they bend, buckle, and they tear tracks. I've already torn the tracks of one of them, and the linearity coil is prone for the ferrite to break. So it's better to remove those, get them out of the way. They're not going to get in your way. There's not going to be any damage, or at least any potential damage if they're off. Now, the reason why I got this as a parts board is because of this reason. I've already started the work on it, and I'll explain. I'm going to turn it over. Now, what's happened is this chassis has had, let me turn it back over. It usually has a aluminium frame that goes across here, and it's about that high. Now that aluminium frame has been pushed somehow. Probably a courier stepped on it, or stood on it, or sat on it or something, but what it's done is it's completely cracked the chassis really bad. So you've got a lot of chassis breakages, you've got loads there, all there. I've actually, when I say that I've started the work, I've started exposing the tracks where the cracks are. And so far, oh sorry, I do apologise, so far all I have found is a couple of cracks there, as you can see, those traces there, so they'll get joined. I'm going to fix that one as well. That's not broken. I'm going to put some reinforcement there as well, just in case. And you've got all of this area, you can see all the cracks there. See that, how bad it is. But having said that, I reckon I could repair all of that. Here, ignore all of that area. That's not track damage. That was a bit of under solder mask corrosion, which I just thought I'd clean up. So if I give you a closer look, I've cleaned that up. Locked is off. I took the lock off because I'm probably going to end up changing it. That's where I accidentally broke a trace on the resistor that was stood up. But again, I'll fix that. It shouldn't be a problem there. But apart from that, it doesn't actually look that badly damaged. There's not loads of breakages anywhere, or at least that's what I thought. So basically, I've got some schematics and a bit of work that I did myself personally. Now, here's the PCB, right? So it sits that way, like that. And these are the components that, the pink are the components that need changing. The yellow are test points. So basically, we need to change all of these yellow components to the correct values for a 9000. Here, I'm a little bit confused. That's R80 and R125. And the reason why is because there's a pot there usually, and once removing the pot, I know that R80 needed to be installed, the pot removed R80 installed, but I'm not sure about R125, and I can't see it in the manual. And so I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. I've got it marked out in the schematics as well. I decided to do it on the schematics as well. So I've got it marked out there where everything is. And we've got R80 there, but I can't see R125. Can you see? Yeah, there we go. So we've got R80 there, but I can't see R125 anywhere there. So I'm kind of guessing that R125 is not needed because it's also not in the BOM. BOM stands for bill of materials. So as you can see, I've got the BOM there, and I've marked off all the changes. And I can't find, in fact, I couldn't even find R80. So R80, I've actually wrote it in there. It's a 240k resistor. So I've written it in there. So far that's that. I've got the schematics for the 9110 as well, and the bill of materials. And with those, I've just circled. I just put circles rather than marking them with a highlighter. But again, this bill of materials, it's a bit funny because some of the components are a little bit confusing. Like for example, it says R80 270k resistor, but what was installed is a pot, and Grant told me it's supposed to be a pot, so he was right. Schematics is showing me something different. Well, obviously he knows better, so you know what I mean, because he repairs them. But that's so far where I'm at with that. So that's how it is at the moment. So there we are. Now I'll quickly show you what I'm going to do. Is I'm not going to use track repair kit. I don't think a track repair kit is going to suffice here because of the damage, and because it won't reinforce it. If I just do like solder a wire there and let it go to the next solder point there, and solder a wire there, it's not going to really reinforce it. It's still going to bend about. So what I'm thinking of doing is this. Is use this stuff. And if you have a look, it's good thickness. And that will reinforce it as well. So I'll get that soldered on all over, bend it around to the right contours. And I think that will do the trick. So that's what I think I'm going to use to do it with. So let's have a look. You know, I mean, I'm quietly confident I can do this. And there is a few. Oh yes, there is a few other changes as well. There's a few changes on the net card as well. The net board needs components changed as well. So there's a few components on here. It's about 5 components on here, a couple of resistors and things that need changing. So those are also something that need doing. So that'll get done as well. But yeah, I'm quietly confident I can do it. But let's see. If I am successful, I've got a couple more 9110s that are in similar state. I've got one worker. I don't know if I'm going to convert that, but I think I've got 2 more in this state that I might try and do the track repairs on and do the conversion on as well, and see how it goes. But let's go with one first and take it from there, and hopefully this won't take me too long, but I will be doing it in steps, and I'll be recording it in steps, and then I'll publish this right at the end once I've done all of it. But yeah, fingers crossed, wish me luck is all I can say really. So we shall transition to the next part of the video now. Hey guys, so this is the next part. I have taken off all the unnecessary, well, unneeded components, should I say. So capacitors are all gone there. The part I did take off earlier on. Resistors, couple of resistors there. I also did take off the BU508, the vertical IC, and the other IC. The reason why is because I'm probably just going to change those. I've got some new ones anyway. So I'll probably change those. So yeah, so it's all removed, all the bits and bobs that I wanted to remove, giving it another cleaning. And also I have fixed the traces, so let's show you the traces. So here we have it. Traces have been fixed, except for that one, because it was just too fine a point to get another wire in there. So I'm going to do something else with that. I'll probably use a sleeved wire across there, but that's when I put the hot in. And I'm actually glad that I actually removed the hot, because that trace was broken. I wouldn't have known that. So there we go. Some in there as well. All traces done. I've checked it with the multimeter and everything. So just go this way. You can see the cracks on it, can't you? So yeah, there we have it. So that's it. So pretty pleased so far with it. The repairs came out quite well actually. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, can't complain there, can you? So there we have it. So what we will do is we will transition to the next part. The next part will be probably me having installed the correct new components. Okay, so speak to you in a minute. Hi guys, here's the chassis. I didn't realise I was going to end up getting the work done really quickly. I was sort of kind of rearing to go, so I actually got it finished the same day as making the two previous parts of this video. This is kind of like part 3, you could say, or third transition, and it's only the next day, believe it or not. And to be honest with you, I ain't done anything to the chassis today. It was everything I did was yesterday. I've changed up all the components and everything, so all that's done. So all the relevant components have been swapped out, which I'll just quickly show you. So R42 right there, R40, R38, R45, R120, R103, where are we? Where's my finger? R80, no R125, not needed. Yeah, C37, this one. C36, which I've just ordered, they should arrive tomorrow, I didn't have any more left. C39 and C40 just there. Got all the other components fitted as well. I had the linearity coil taken out, put that back in. Resistor's gone back in there, resistor's gone back in there, resistor's gone back in there. Brand spanking new lot has gone in. So it's a brand spanking new lot. Lot HR7075, I think this one is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 7075. Written down the side there, I can't see it properly. Yeah, 7075. But it is the correct one, because this lot was purchased from Gunblade Grant, who does the repairs generally. So I know he's given me the right one. Neck board as well. Changed the resistor, so I changed R216 to there. Also changed C206 there. C202, 203, 204. Where's 204? Yep, 204 is there. Changed all of that. So this is pretty much all done. I'll just quickly show you the underside again. So just quickly show you that is all done now as well. It's all connected. Checked it with the multimeter. There is one more thing I'm going to do with this. I will show you that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, once the capacitor arrives. Once I've got that capacitor in there, once that arrives, then there's one more thing I want to do with this, and then we shall give it a soak test and see if it actually works. In all honesty, I kind of don't think it will, because, and the reason why I say that is not because I think that it's too far gone faulty. It's just my luck. things like this never work out for me. So I'm kind of on that level of expect failure. So that's how I think it's going to be. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with so far the work that I have actually done to this. It's done really well, and I'm quite proud of all the work that I've done. Now, just I mean, scanning through the board really slowly. I mean, I can't really see. No, that looks okay actually. Yeah, it's just a bit dirt. But I mean, otherwise, board looks pretty good. You can't really sort of see any problems with it anywhere else, at least. I mean, I can't. I have actually checked that with a multimeter. That's fine. It's just a little tiny scratch. Yeah, that's soldered on okay as well. Yeah. Maybe that might be suspect. I will check that. I might check that as well. But yeah, that was the resistor that I was telling you about. Fix that with a bit of jumper. But yeah, there we have it. It looks pretty okay, as far as I can tell. Yeah, pretty happy with that, I think. But yeah, there we have it. So yeah, the fuses are good. I've checked both the fuses and everything as well, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Just a case of giving it a quick soak test, I reckon, and having to see if it works. Obviously, once I get that capacitor in, otherwise I won't get the horizontal. That's a horizontal cap. The HV cap is what HV. But yeah, pretty much we're good on that. And I have to admit, I am quite pleased with how well I've sort of gone ahead with the repairs and everything. Once it does officially work, if it officially does work and I can get it to work and switch on and give me some sort of picture, then I'll do a little bit of adjustments to it and everything if need be, and I'll also give it a full cap kit as well. I think if it runs, it deserves a full cap kit, so we'll do that as well. So there we go, fingers crossed. So what I'll do is I'm going to try. The video will transition now to the other step I'm going to do to this, and with that cap on, before the soak test, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, speak to you soon. Hi guys, bit more progress on this chassis here. I got the capacitor. I ordered a bunch of them. It's that blue one there. Now, for the observant of you, you will notice that it says 700 volts AC. Yes, it's AC, meaning it's 2K DC, 2000 volts DC. So that's fine. So it's pretty much all finished now, apart from a cap kit, and it does need a cap kit, and I'll explain why. I just noticed there, get it out of the way, C34, 47 microfarads at 200 volts. That's wrong. It should be 22. 200 volts is fine, but it's supposed to be 160. But the important thing is it's supposed to be 22 microfarads, not 47. So it needs a cap kit. I'm going to be honest with you here. I did turn it on just to give it a quick check, and yes, it needs a cap kit. It fired up beautifully, but it needs the cap change, especially that one, and a few others. I think C42 needs changing just there. and things like that. But I'm going to give it a full cap kit and everything. Quickly show you the underside again. It's all finished. There's just one more thing I need to do with it, but I'll do that after the cap kit. But there we go. It's all finished and all repaired, and it does work. So the repairs were good. All those repairs were really good. Well done. Repairs, and it's secured it, and plus putting it now in its frame, it's given it rigidity, so it shouldn't hopefully break. The main reason why these break is when, like I said, when they get pressure on this steel from being in a box being shipped and the courier standing on it. Literally, that is why these break. Unfortunately, I've so many times these poor chassis are broken. It's unbelievable, all due to courier. Now I'm going to show you another chassis which I was using as a donor. This was again a courier broken chassis, unfortunately. And this is the one that I used as a donor. You can see all the brakes on there. You know, I mean, I could have repaired it, but I mean, did start to. Well, a friend of mine started to, but this was a genuine courier brake. Because what happened, I bought this from eBay as a parts board, and I was going to repair it. It arrived, and although it was all black and dirty, it was fine. It was a good board, and I could have used it to repair. But when I sent it off to my friend who offered to have a look at it, it arrived to him broken. So it ended up being a parts board. But it served me really well. I've used a lot of parts off this board, as you can see. I've pretty much almost stripped it. But yeah, oh yeah, I'll quickly show you. Yeah, there you go. See, 22 microfarads. Although that's 250, but again, 250 is fine. But the manual says 160, but it is a 22 microfarad it's supposed to be. Now, another one is this one. I've started work on another chassis. This is another one that I'm working on, the second one. Can you see that is C34? C34 was correct. It was 22 microfarads at 160, and if you have a look there, the board is burnt out. The actual capacitor was almost going to blow. It was bulging and everything. The ESR rating, I did check it, it was 1.2 microfarad rated and at 20 ohm ESR. That's bad. And the reason why is because this is an MTC 9110, yet it had a capacitor for an MTC 9000. Whereas this one's got a capacitor for an MTC 9110 at 47. So that's why that one blew, so I took it off. But we're going to work on this, but I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to show you, because I have actually started work on this one. So here's the work. Basically, this whole corner had snapped. It snapped off. So we've repaired all the traces there. So we can get you a nice picture. Traces all there. You can see the crack going across like that. And that corner had sheared off. That cap was crushed, so I had to remove that cap as well. We'll change that. The other parts as well we repaired was here. So we repaired that trace there. We repaired that ground plane. I think that's a ground plane, so I gave it a double whammy. And that trace there. Repaired that trace. You can see that crack going across there, can't you? And this one comes around like that. I just crisscrossed it with a bit of heat shrink. It's the same thing, does the job. That's for your yoke connector. But we're going to be using this bottom yoke connector anyway, not the top one. The top one's for inverted image, but I still fixed it. It's fine. So the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to take off the components. I've not taken all of them off. I've removed the lot. I've removed the caps, the linearity coil, the resistors, upright resistors, just so we don't break no traces and things like that. I still need to do I took the pot off there. Still need to take off a few components around here. See, I think R40, R41, R38 and R36 I think it is. I'm just going off the top of my head, by the way. But I need to take those off, and the neck board. We need to take off the components off the neck board. You can see that the CRT socket's off, and there's a reason for that. It had the Hosiden S4 socket on it for the E9110, so I've had to order some, because this one I was missing one of this one, so I couldn't use it, donate it off here. So I've ordered a new CRT sockets. I've ordered a bunch of them, 5. I think I've ordered a pack of 5. Never know when they come in handy. But this is the next one I'll be working on. I probably won't do a complete video on this one because it's going to be exactly the same as this one. And I think one video is more than enough for you guys of the same thing. But yeah, it should give you a fair idea of what I've been working on and things like that. So fingers crossed, once we can call this working, finished, but we'll give it a cap kit just to finalise it. And it'll be that'll be that then. So hopefully we shall next see this part and transition to the last phase of this video, and that is to switching it on and actually having a look at it, which I'll probably now do after the cap kit. So give it a cap kit, fire it up, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Speak to you in a bit. Hey guys, okay, so we are back and we are almost on the home stretch. Nearly finished with this chassis now. Full cap kit has been performed, so brand new caps everywhere. I'll tell you one thing, I'm glad I did a cap kit because only 4 capacitors were actually good. The rest were all bad. One that was there, if you have a look previously in the video, you might notice, but that one was really bad and it wouldn't even register on my ESR meter as a cap. Capacity, it just wouldn't register it. But anyway, all done, and everything's sorted. So just give you a quick lowdown on it. Down there as well. You know, you might be noticing some of these caps are much smaller than the outline drawing. Well, that's because of new technology, really. As technology has progressed over the years, capacitors, resistors, things like that have been able to become smaller. So that's really all it is. But they're all rated correctly. Like, for example, this one here, C34, it's correct, 22 microfarads at 160 volts. So it's correct now. So there we have it. The other thing I wanted to do, and I wanted to do that after the cap kit. And that's why I was reluctant to do anything and wanted to show you. But now I can show you because I've done it. Turn it over, and that's this. We have solder masked it. I made one mistake, not with doing the solder mask, but with the solder mask that I purchased. I purchased a UV curing one rather than an air drying one, and it was an absolute nightmare hitting it with UV. Because it does take time to dry even with the UV. But yeah, it's all dry now. It looks good, it's nice and clean, and pretty pleased with that. So the last thing is, I have not fired this up since doing the cap kit and stuff like that. So we're going to fire this up, and I am going to be just as surprised as you are with what happens. So we'll see you in a minute with a fire up test. I probably won't go through the series of how to connect it all up and everything. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do that. But yeah, so we'll transition over to the fire up test. See you in a bit. Okay guys, we are back, and this is actually, believe it or not, take 2. And the reason why this is take 2 is some of you observant guys from the previous section of the video will notice I accidentally put 2 of the caps on the wrong polarity and they went bang, and we had magic smoke. So I'm not going to show you that part of the video, but that's what happened. So this is take 2. We've fixed those caps, we've replaced them. Hopefully I haven't killed any extra circuitry around, but I'm not expecting this to switch on anymore, unfortunately, which is quite sad, but let's just give it a go and have a look and see. So we've got DAG wire in, DGAUS wire in, yoke wire in, remote board in, power wire in, and we've got RGB wire in. Everything's in. That's the old chassis, that's the new chassis. Everything's in. Switch that on, and let's go round and plug it in. And let's give it a try. I don't think it's going to work. I really don't. Oh yes, it worked. Fantastic. Those lines there, apparently that's locked line or something. It's called a locked, vertical locked lines or horizontal locked line or something. Adjustments normally fix that, so I will fix that. But yeah, fantastic. There we have it. Chassis working. There's something I can do with one hand. I'm rubbish at Frogger. I've got a dedicated Frogger cab. Wow, this is going a bit fast. Oops. And there we have it. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. There is something that I've read about this as well. Stand back, Sophie. There is something else that I've read about this. Sorry, that was my son going to the back of the machine. Is that TR18 can also cause this. So I have actually ordered some TR18, so I might just change TR18 anyway and see if that fixes it or not. But I'll do the adjustments first and see if the adjustments fix it. But otherwise, I'm really happy. Really happy with this, and the cap kit's come out really nice as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll now end the video at this point, because this video has dragged on quite a few minutes now, and I'm hoping I haven't bored you throughout this whole video process, but I can understand if you guys are. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I really do appreciate you watching my videos. The only reason why I make them is because of you guys, because you guys actually do watch them. If nobody watched them, then you wouldn't make them, would you? So thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you soon with some more videos. Have a great one. So let's come round to the front of the cab. That's the front of the cab, and let me just find the correct wire. I think this is one. And oh, my mistake. Bear with me a second. We're gonna need to come back round here. I forgot to flick the security switch up. There we go. So that's now up. Oh, got a bit worried there. It's quite nerve-wracking, I tell you. All right, let's get it in. Okay, light's gone on. No picture on this. Stand back. Fuck.